How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry Lawrence, and I'm so excited to have each and everyone here today because in this episode, we're going to talk about how to unlock your superpower, your gift, the version of you that can do anything, and how to use it to expand and love your life. And make sure you stay tuned to the very end because we're going to do a deep, healing, meditative breath to help us align on this message and carry it throughout the day. So how can you do anything? How can you be anything? How can you love your life? Understanding what you're here to do, who you're meant to be, and how to do it is so important. You see, you are not just a person because this person that we are, this body, it came from the earth. It's part of this earth. You are a powerful, energetic being having an experience in life. It's not to win here, it's to become something here. And there's two things that you have to understand. There's your internal state, your state of being, that's you. Then there's the external state, the experience that you're having in this world, whether that's the cars you drive, the job you have, the health you have, the people you know, the experiences, external ones. There's those two things, but they are separate, meaning your internal state can be one and your external state can be something else. The frequency that you operate on, your actual inner being, is your internal state. So focusing on that will affect how you feel as you go through things. The external one, what you see, what you perceive, and all that, has to do more with law of attraction. Those actions, the way you move, attract those things. So if you set your mind on saying that I am going to be the greatest to ever do it, what is it that you're referring to? It should be owning your internal experience. You see, if you come here and you live for 25 years and then you get some kind of illness and you die, is that a failed life because you didn't become president, because you didn't become the most wealthy person, because you didn't travel the world? No. It's what you did in that time internally. The biggest gift here is understanding perspective and wisdom because you do carry that with you. If you're not chasing understanding of something, if you're not chasing perspective of something, if you're not chasing expansion, because those are expansions, meaning when you have more wisdom on something, your understanding is expanded, meaning you have expanded. If you're able to have patience through difficult things, through hard things, and see the other side, you've expanded. That's where fulfillment comes. That's where peace comes. That's when you're at stillness, at peace within. So if you want to become something and you realize, okay, well, frequency is what I am, truly what I am, the main thing you have to shift are the thoughts in your mind. You see, if you decide that you are the greatest, and not the greatest of all time, not the greatest boxer, greatest athlete, greatest whatever, just the greatest you of all time, your energy, then whatever challenge you face, no matter what obstacle you go through, whatever failure, difficulty, all you have to do is operate as the greatest in that moment. The challenge that you face is meant for your growth and your growth alone. If people are mean to you, if the economy is bad, if your business fails, if all these things are things that you experience, those aren't the indicators of a successful life or not. Your internal state is your being. So if you start saying, and this is a very easy process, in fact, it's so easy that most people will give up because they're not going to be patient with it. It's so easy to understand this. This is not complicated, but if you decide your I am statement and you never stop saying it and you never stop operating in it no matter what, you can't be stopped. Your life may end. You may not achieve your goals. You may not do those external things, but you, your being, can never be stopped. If you can take away everything from someone external, everything, leave them with nothing, but yet they still find the good in life, they still find the love in life, they still find gratitude, they still find joy, then they are separate from this life and nothing can be taken from them. That's ultimately what all of us want. We're just confused and lost. We think that when we make the $1 million, we'll be satisfied. We think when we do X, Y, and Z that will be fulfilled, then we'll be worthy, then we'll be able to impress our parents, then we'll be able to impress our friends, then we'll be able to share that on social media. But all of that will leave you empty if you're not aligned within. I promise you there's somebody that has more than you and is less happy than you. There's somebody that has less than you, yet they're more fulfilled with you. And whether they're paying attention or not, it's because their internal frequency is in alignment with who they are. So when you start saying yourself, and you can test I am statements, say, I am the greatest of all time. Does it align with you? If not, pick another one. I'm the most loving of all time. I'm the most forgiving of all time. I'm the most peaceful of all time. Because I promise you, whether you're conscious or subconscious is leading the charge in this, you have a belief of self. Most of the time, your belief of self is built by the external. It's built by your parents. Maybe you had great parents, and so they poured love into you. They told you were strong. They told you could do anything. They supported you. Even when you failed, they lifted you up and they looked at you and they said, look, you can still do this. So maybe that's what you have. Maybe you have the opposite of that. Maybe you had absentee parents that weren't there at all. Maybe you had terrible influences, terrible teachers, and so it's got you thinking these negative things about yourself. So you're operating in life thinking you don't deserve love, you don't deserve to be happy, you don't deserve to succeed, you don't deserve the success that's your coming way. And so no matter how much success you achieve, no matter how much money you make, no matter how good a shape you get, no matter how beautiful the person you end up with is, you will always have that thing in your head that it's not good enough because that's the frequency that you're in. So if you want to love your life, love your internal dialogue. Because your internal dialogue cannot be different than the frequency that you operate on. It can be for a little while, but over time, you become that. Your thoughts are you. So if every time you go to do something in your head, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to do this. It's not going to work. I always give up. I'm an imposter. I shouldn't be here. If that's what you constantly think, it doesn't matter how high you climb. You're always going to feel that way. And that's not a successful life. That's not a fulfilled life. So pick your beliefs. It doesn't have to be what you grew up believing. It doesn't have to be what everyone from your community, every one of your siblings, every one of your extended family, it doesn't have to be anything that they believe. They could be completely right with their belief system because it's theirs. But you do get to choose yours. And the fact that you're listening to this episode and you're still listening, you can no longer say you didn't know. When you die at the end of your life, you cannot say to whatever this other side is, well, I didn't know. I didn't realize. They're going to say, wait a minute. You did because you started looking for change. You started looking for something. You felt something was wrong within you. And then you started finding information, frequencies. I don't think on the other side they're going to call this a podcast, but you're going to find frequencies and things like that tried to tell you, but you said no. No, I just got to work harder. I just got to make extra money. Like, I know what Henry's saying is good and I would be right within, but you don't understand, my bills are due tomorrow. Even when you're rich, there's bills. Even when you're rich, there's taxes. Even when you're whatever you think is the solution, the other things still exist. So focus on getting right within. Align your dialogue. How you think in your head is how you will perceive the world. It's never the thing. It's always you. An easy example is you've had a wonderful day. You had the best breakfast in the world. It's your favorite breakfast. And then you have the best job in the world. You have the best family. Like, everything's so great. You have a wonderful lunch. You do some work, you go hang out with some friends maybe, you come home, you have a great dinner. And they're like, I'm going to have a little snack. And so you bake a cookie and you forget to take it out of the oven in time. That thing just burns. It gets burnt to a crisp, this cookie. And you take it out and you take a bite. It's still edible. It's not burnt so bad that you can't eat it, but you take a bite and you're just like, that's not very good. So it doesn't taste good to you. Plus you had all that great food, so it's not a big deal. It's not a good thing. But in a reverse scenario, you're so hungry. You're not able to afford your meals like normal. So normally you have to, hope that you can find some food. Hope someone might give you something. You're hungry all day. There's nothing good to eat. But at the end of the day, someone says, hey, I've got this cookie. Do you want it? And it's that same burnt cookie. It's going to taste amazing to you because of the perspective that you're looking at. Everything is you. It's never the thing. So don't confuse what you have to do in this life, meaning, I have to, graduate college. I have to get this job. I have to get this house. I have to get this car. I have to make these payments. I have to do other things. Yes, you do live a life in society. Even that's a choice, but you do live a life in society, and there are things that you have to do. But if you're not aligned within, none of it matters. See, your gift is not that you get to be happy. Your gift is that you don't get the perfect life. Like, that's not what God or the universe is trying to give you. God and the universe is trying to tell you that you are the universe. That you're experiencing this thing, and it's not the end of your experience to have hard times. It's not the end of your experience to have hard moments, to lose things, to be sad, to be upset. You deserve to have those things. You deserve to lose. You deserve to feel pain because you are worth it. Meaning the universe or God believes in you so much that it wants you to understand everything. So to truly understand it, you have to experience it and see where the source of it comes from, not have the equal energy back. Meaning when a negative thing happens to you, you don't give negativity back. You have patience, understanding, and wisdom to where you can see what it is and understand it and then move through it. So align yourself, and we're going to do a meditation exercise. We're going to take a deep breath, and we're going to align our internal state with what we truly are. This is a practice. This isn't forever. This isn't the statement you have to use forever after this point. Just practice this, and then you can add whatever it is that you want. If you were to say, like this, my name is Henry Lawrence and I'm the greatest of all time. If I say that with everything I do, and then I act the best of my ability in alignment with that every single time, and I think the best of my ability every single time, I don't tolerate people not treating me as such. I don't tolerate situations not seeing me as such, meaning I will remove myself from opportunity if that opportunity doesn't respect me as I see me. If you're willing to do that over and over, guess what your life experience will be? It'll be that of the greatest of all time to you. So you can do that with whatever you want. I'm going to use that one, but you choose. You could say I'm the healthiest of all time, the most patient of all time. Whatever I am statement arrives with you. And so when you breathe in, just say your name. And your name, whatever that is to you. Maybe it's not what people call you. Maybe it's not what's on a sheet of paper. Say your name. And as you say that statement as you breathe in. Just one time, just deep in your chest, say that statement. And as you hold your breath, just visualize yourself being still in that frequency. You can see the world happening around you. You can see things taking place. You can see difficulties. You can see the things that you're struggling with around you, but you're in this bubble of pure energy. And then when you exhale, know that that is you, and that you are making a commitment to take another breath after that and do your best to operate as that. Meaning, when you're faced with something and you say that line in your head, I'm the greatest of all time, then you operate to your best of ability to where it would make sense that you're doing in alignment with that thing. The more you do it, the better you'll get. You're not going to be a hypocrite. You're not going to say this thing and then not act in alignment. That's why you have to say it out loud. That's why you have to be bold and tell other people that this is what I am. You're going to get judged heavily for it. If you're broke right now and you have a job and you make $10 an hour and you're walking around telling everybody, I'm going to be a millionaire one day. I'm going to be a millionaire one day. Every single one of those people is going to judge you. They're going to make fun of you. They're going to tell you can't be done. They're going to tell you every reason why you can't. And you will become every reason why you can't if you act and think like them. So you're speaking to the universe. You're saying, hey, I don't see what I'm looking for, so I'm the light. Meaning you go to the darkness, you're turning on the light. You are the light. You're not looking for light. You are it. Nothing is going to happen for something to work out for you. The path is there. You just can't see it because you're not it yet. And so when you say this, I'm a millionaire faced with all those people, but then you start acting differently than them, right? They're making all that money and then they're spending on certain things. You're living as cheaply as possible. You have a vision of what you're going to do with that money. You maybe don't know exactly it, but you're reading the books. You're reaching out to people. You're doing everything to think and see, okay, well, if I want to be a millionaire, who do I know that's a millionaire? Okay, I don't know anybody. Okay, well, who's a millionaire that's got a podcast? Who's a millionaire that's got a YouTube channel? Who's a millionaire that's got a book? And you start getting closer to those things and you start thinking like those things. And then guess what? Eventually you'll become one faced against everybody that thought you couldn't. Once you become it, everyone will believe that they believed in you the whole time with their hands out. I was there for you. So you know you'll make it when you're in the adversity and the adversity comes and switches over and it turns into a vacuum. So when everyone's pressuring you down that you can't achieve, then you know you're going the right direction. When it shifts to a vacuum of them pulling from you, then you know you've achieved it. And that's the battle both times. You see, when you think the thing, you're going to be pressured that it's the wrong idea. Once you achieve the thing, you're going to be pressured to pull it from you. Everything in this life is forcing you to know who you are against the adversity of it. So again, think of your statement. We're going to take the deep breath in, hold it, exhale with the commitment that this is who you'll be. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. I can tell you right now, there is nothing, no matter how successful I would become, no matter how much wisdom I have, no matter how much knowledge, how influential I become, there is nothing that I can do to truly make your life better externally. There's not a policy I can change. There's not a government official. There's not a business. There is nothing that I can do externally that's stopping you from becoming this life. And if there's anybody that's telling you that that's what they're going to do to make your life better, they're lying to you. The only thing I can do is recognize you and hope you can see what you are, which is a creator and experiencer of this experience. So the only thing I can do is teach you. Once you truly understand your power, once you truly understand what you can do, you start becoming the change. You see, you cannot clear the path above and hope people rise. We do one thing. We rise up and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. Well, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.